Thank you for joining us on the program. Now, the price of cement is yet to decline despite the sharp contraction that we saw in the construction sector in the second quarter. Why is this?
So, this industry is the building block of the construction industry, and the growth rate in the cement industry and the construction industry is almost identical. So that's why when there's increase in construction activities, we see that there's also the increase in demand for cement and also increase in the price of cement. But in the second quarter of 2020, we realized that the construction industry contracted by about 31% in Q2, and the price still remained at 2,600 naira. Since last year it was 2,600 naira till now it is currently 2,600 naira. So when we look at inflation dynamics, inflation this time last year was about 11.21%, and currently inflation is about 13.7%. So the fact that the price has not moved in the same direction as inflation shows that there's an anomaly here. So I can only say that this is as a result of, say, manufacturers bearing the brunt of the cost. So you can imagine during the pandemic, if assuming the price of some ingredient that they use in making cement increases, you don't expect companies to like increase the price, because definitely the price was the demand was muted at that point. So definitely an increase in price during that period would have led to flat demand. So definitely we saw that a lot of manufacturers absorbed the price of the commodity, and that's why the price has remained at 2,600 naira.
Now, of course, you've talked about the manufacturers. Now, when you look at the performance of most of the companies in Nigeria, it declined due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, when you look at a company like Lafarge, there's a second largest manufacturer of cement with 17.38% of market share. It sustained a strong growth in the third quarter with a revenue up about 31.4%. What's responsible for this resilience, and what are we to look out for in Q4?
Yes, so the revenue of the company jumped by about 31% and to about 59 billion naira in Q3. That was due to one, they realized that there was a sharp increase in volume growth by about 10%. That's year on year. So last year and this year, the price increased, the volume growth increased by about 10%. And that was due to the strong recovery post-pandemic. Q2 was the pandemic period, and post-pandemic, as activities start to increase, we saw that there was increased demand, and most especially in the private sector. So there was increased demand for cement, and that led to their strong growth. Secondly, they saw a decline in their gross borrowing. So during the period, they saw like about 18% also year on year in a decline in their gross borrowings, and that led to about 2.8% increase in their PAT. So, and lastly, they also saw that net operating cash flow was stronger during the period. So, all this led to their very good performance in their financials. And we also expect this company rather to increase in Q4, and that's due to the fact that Q4 is the dry season. The use of cement and construction activities is usually much in the dry season, and Q4 and also Q1 next year is also dry season. So we expect construction activities to increase during that period, and we expect that to lead to a good performance for them too.
Now, the federal government is hoping to embark on a major fiscal stimulus, which will involve major civil works and construction. What impact will the stimulus have on demand and price of cement, which is currently at 2,600 naira per bag in the Q4?
Yes, so we saw that the construction industry contracted by about 31%, like we said before, in Q1, and construction activities are picking up, and which is evident in Lafarge's volume growth by about 10%. And we know that Nigeria, the federal government, are planning to embark on civil works and construction activities, and this will definitely pick up in the dry season. Like I said before, that is when activities usually increase. So the dry season, Q4, Q1, we'll see that activities in the construction industry will start to improve. And if we see that, we'll see that there will be an increase in demand for cement, and also an increase in price for the commodity. So in Q1, Q4 2020, that's in the next 2 months, and also Q1 2021, we expect increase in construction activities.
All right, many thanks. Tobiloba Ogunpolu, research analyst at the FBC. Thank you for sharing some of your time with us.